Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. My name is Ace. We are practicing and learning 3D animation in Blender. It's for a project. I'm making a web comic. What I'm doing is I'm creating all my references in 3D. That way we can just rig them and pose them, and that's one less thing that I have to worry about. Okay, we have an entire volume written, and we are working on the art and the designs of the characters. I'm creating them in by order of appearance. We're on our third character. I think around 6 or 7, I can start creating the first pages because the prologue is pretty much in stone. Okay, so hopefully we can get to that sometime in the near future, and we can start doing pages as well as sculpts. I am almost done with the overall sculpt here. Let's see. Let's take a look at what we got here. Give you a little update what I did yesterday. I didn't get to stream yesterday at all. Okay, we got a little bit of loading. Okay, here we go. Got ourselves a full body here. We're going to do some tweaking here. I adjusted the portions a little bit. His feet and hands aren't super large anymore, and I adjusted his head, his upper back, his midsection. I stretched out a little bit, and then of course I had to adjust the underwear for Twitch. Just the Twitch underwear. All right, and yeah, that's where we're at, and we are going to just be doing. We're going to be doing some tweaks today. I might start the retopology. It's very tedious. It's a very tedious thing, but I'm gonna start it. I think I did. Yeah, I did his neck muscles there. Everything is connected together now. The entire body is one. I added some detail onto the hands. You can see I did the fingernails already. That's gonna be a very tedious job to retopologize that. You're probably. I don't know how much I'll be able to get to do today because I got a small amount of time today. So I wanted to get the stream in. My plan is to I'm gonna continue the Shadow Hearts playthrough tomorrow night. Okay, I've been kind of putting that off, and the last game we streamed was Monster Hunter. You can expect that over the weekend most likely. But we're going to be doing what I'm doing is I'm doing franchise playthroughs. Okay, and I started with Shadow Hearts because I've never played Shadow Hearts before, and to increase my RPG game library, conquest or whatever. I don't know. I only beaten a handful of RPGs in my entire life, even though I like the genre. So we started with that, and then we'll probably switch to another franchise after we're done completely with Shadow Hearts. We got Shadow Hearts 1, 2, 3. There's a 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and Kodelica for PS1. So that's on the docket for that. And then the next franchise, before we do another RPG, would be probably The Legends of Zelda, because that's another series that I didn't play too much of. I've gotten to the end of the first one, and I know Ocarina of Time very well, but that's pretty far into the franchise, and hopefully we'll be able to just go through those. Okay, I don't know any. I did play Adventure of Link. I never played Link to the Past. Okay, do not crucify me. I know that's like the biggest like that's like the most popular title probably in the entire series, but I never played it unfortunately. But we're gonna fix that. All right, so we're gonna be in there. I had hoped to get to that in October, but I had to take a small break from streaming due to real life stuff. But we're back now, and hopefully we'll get to that. I was hoping to be done with Shadow Hearts by the holiday season. Obviously, we didn't get to do that, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll be doing Zelda in the summer now. It's only like it's a, it's a little bit we're a little late, but we're better late than never. We'll get there. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on just that little V in the neck here, and we're going to just tweak that. And I'm just gonna start. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down. I want to kind of start really hammering in the details for the face and making sure that's right. We had some problems with the ears here, Same as we did with the feet and the hands, but hopefully we should have enough polygons in here to fix all of that. So we're going to do that. I've already adjusted the skull shape, so I'm not going to worry too much about the overall shape. I think that's fine. I don't see any problems that immediately jump out to me. So it's mostly just going to be the face, the ears, and the neck down, okay? So I hope everyone's having a great morning. Hope you're having a great week as well. We're on the hump day. It's very nice out. We're going to get some rain today, it looks like. I just got in. I was on not too long ago. I was on a highway. I don't really like driving in morning traffic, but here we are. And I am hopefully going to be able to function today. You know what I was thinking about doing, and I think I mentioned this in the stream already, is I'm going to start another. I'm going to start a practice sculpt off stream. That's like a study, more like a study, and that's going to be my. It's going to be my like. I'm going to try to put everything that I have into this sculpt. Fully functional sculpt, okay? It won't be Barbie doll. I can't show it on stream, but I'm going to use that sculpt to practice with animation. Now, the only thing that I know that I'll have to change is that we're going to have to figure out a good retopology for the animation, because that is the one thing that won't be the same. There's a different kind of retopology you have to do for the animation. I need to figure that out, and that's going to be my goal for this mesh right here. These meshes won't be animated. They're more for just reference for my pages. I think we're going to try to get them as accurate as possible with our whatever skill level we have right now, but these should be enough to use as reference for a comic, just to, get the right perspective, mainly perspective, practice, and posing and whatnot. And then we're just going to have to make them not look stiff. All right. It'll just have to be up to me to do that, up to my skill level. I think I can do it. All right. I know enough about, the flow of a thing, and rule of thirds and all that stuff. We're going to be that's going to be stuff that we uh are going to put on the page here. I'm just first I'm going to smooth it. I'm just smoothing out and then adding clay here to the ear. Hopefully we can get ourselves a less rough ear here. I'm going to keep this helix round. This is the name of this part of the ear, the helix, and then you have the anti-helix, right? Yeah, I don't have the diagram handy, but I do remember some of the parts. I'm sure we do this enough times, we'll have it all down. There's anti-helix, there's the helix, and then there's that, that's the lobe, but it has a picture. I mean, it has a scientific name. I'm not gonna try to look for it because I have a really big reference sheet here, and it's so zoomed out that I can't see anything. But I should probably pull up the ear reference since that's what we're working on. So just give me like a few seconds. I did not prepare for that. Okay, there it is. Never mind. Got it zoom in. Okay, we got the tragus here, which we can build a little bit more. This is the earlobe. Of course, we got that right. We're working on the helix now. And of course, we're going to smooth out the anti-helix here. It looks like we lost some of the Y shape up here. So what I'm going to do, and that's from trying to fix the back of the ear here. Okay, so we're going to try to fix that. And then of course, we got to work on that. He looks right now, he's got little elf ears there, very thin up top. Those Star Trek ears, we're going to try to beef those up, hopefully without losing any detail on the other side there. When the mesh is very thin, it kind of affect, and your brush size also takes more of an effect on thinner meshes, but you kind of work on both sides unintentionally or intentionally if that's your issue. But here it's not, so we have to make sure that we don't mess it up. See, it's kind of, we're getting it again. this may be something that we're just not right. We're just not there yet as far as knowing or figuring out how to do ears without messing up like this. So we may just have to do like, okay, just follow this, follow what we have here, and in the future we can hopefully do better with ears. I remember what I tried to do when we extruded the ear. We created it in such a way that we didn't have to really shape it like this. We extruded it this way, and then we extruded it down. And the first thing that I did that kind of led us down this cascade of mistakes is I put some clay here to try to emulate the shape back here. Okay, this is where it all started. Once I did that, and I got a little too far because we have our undo steps are very low. So we are encouraged to fix whatever mistakes we made instead of just undoing it. That was my reasoning behind it, and also to reduce lag because having a lot of steps, undo steps, kind of adds more lag. So I decided to try to test myself and make fewer mistakes and then just work out of the mistakes I do make. So far, we have succeeded and failed in that regard. Oh gosh, I may have to see if remeshing this would help a bit, but I'm not sure. I already remeshed it when I put everything together. So what I'm thinking about doing is just maybe just cutting my losses here and just making the outside look good, and just we'll just have to use a photo or something for the back of the ear if we need it. He's gonna have hair, so most of this will be covered up. Um, the story. Oh my. Sorry. Okay. Um, the story is it starts in, yeah, I can see where I went wrong there. I think, yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Let me try and inflate it instead. Yeah, the story is going to be it's going to take place, it's going to start in 1972. So the hairstyles of that time should be able to cover up some of this, okay? This is probably the worst I've done for the back of an ear. Normally I just get it close enough and stop just to avoid this, but we tried to do better this time, and that caused us to kind of mess up the ear a little bit, but that's okay. We're still learning, and I wanted to show my progression with learning and the process, trying to hammer out a process for this or workflow. I'm not really worried about failing too much because we'll eventually get it. Oh my gosh, yeah, we gotta smooth this out. I'm trying to just beef it up just a little bit so it's not edgy, and then I can try to smooth it down later. I wonder if I can just press. Okay, that doesn't. That's looks like something that we can recover there. I'm gonna inflate it. I'm gonna inflate the helix, right? Because that's where the biggest problem is the helix, the back of the ear, of course. I don't know the name of that because I don't have a diagram for that. To be honest with you, I don't even know what they call that. Let me see. I guess that would be the outside of the concha. I don't know. This is the concha here. All right. I don't know if that extends all the way into the head, but doesn't matter. We're going to try to fix this, and we have this little thing here. We got to shave that down. We're gonna try to do that. I'm gonna use a scrape tool for that. I'm not gonna try to manipulate anything with a different brush. I just want to shave this down. Do we have a front view? Yes, we do. We do have a front view. Just a little bit, so it's not like a huge curve, you know? It looks normal like this. When you go up, when you look at it from this angle, that's the angle that I kind of need. I don't have that angle though, so I'm kind of just spitballing it here, kind of winging it. That's okay. It looks like an ear for the most part. So now I'm gonna go back to the anti-helix. Try to get that Y shape back. Now what I'm gonna do is that was not the right brush that we did there. We scraped the inside. Although I think maybe that could have, yeah, look at that. On this angle, it doesn't look right. So we actually do need to scrape that down a little bit. We're gonna use a smooth brush though instead, just by holding shift. You automatically switch to the smooth brush and you can smooth it down. Okay, this here, we just gotta get this part right here. So I'm gonna try to inflate it and hopefully we can get something going here. Okay, I'm gonna try to. We haven't saved it yet in case we mess this up, so I'm gonna remesh. I'm gonna hit remesh. Gotta wait a couple seconds. Okay, there. That kind of hid some of the pits there that we had, and now we should be able to just smooth it out and hopefully get something like an ear. Just a little bit more. Now that's still a little messed up down there. Smooth out the helix a little bit. That should get rid of a lot. Wait, you know what we have to do? We got to pull back. Since we remeshed it, I got to check everything. I got to make sure that everything is good. I saw that it added the polygons here, which is fine. If it subtracts, that's when you have to start looking. But I'm going to check anyway, just in case. I'm going to make sure that all the details are still good, that we didn't have to actually decrease the number, the voxel size here. And it looks like we're fine. Okay. I think we're good. We're going to be focusing on that next. The corners of the mouth, they look off to me, so I'm going to try to fix that. Now we need to smooth out the helix, which is what I wanted to do. Make it, at least try to make it look like an ear. I'm just rotating behind it. It still looks a little chewed up, you know, but it's better than it looked before. I'm gonna get rid of this crevice here. I'm gonna smooth that out. It's working now. Still a little crooked, but I mean, we just have it. Just needs some. It's just a little rough, and we can smooth it out though. I'm trying to do it to a point where it doesn't mess up both sides. So this is a very thin part of the mesh. There's a lot of detail we put into here, and it's kind of garbling it a little bit. But we're gonna try to keep what we have. I want to smooth this area right here. I want the helix to stick out more than this. I only want this part to stick out behind here. Try to work on it. I think we could work on it. It for the most part looks like an ear. Okay, ear should be a little bit more smooth than that though. So we're going to spend some time smoothing the ear. Ears are still a big problem for me. So we got some improvement. We got some room for improvement. This is a good thing though. As long as you identify the problem, you can take the steps to fix it. So I'm just going to try to build the outer portion of the helix out to the point where it is like an inner tube, and then we'll smooth it even more. Yeah, we still have that. We still have to fix that down there by the lobe. The behind the lobe is still messed up. We probably should have inflated that a little bit more before remeshing it, but we can always just hit remesh again. I think we'll be all right. But yeah, we're okay. We're starting to get a little polygonal here, so I don't know if If that isn't, and usually that's an indicator that we need to remesh, but we just remesh, so that shouldn't be the case. It could be just the general shape of the geometry, I guess, doing that. Oh, that's the inside of it. It looks kind of freaky. I'm gonna try increasing the radius and try to get that lobe out. Just gotta get it out of where it is. And you know what I'm gonna do is I'm not going to do anything more right there. I'm gonna hit remesh one more time at some point and try to fix that for good. That'll remove most of that choppiness for me instead of me trying to work out of it. All right, so there, now it's starting to look a little better, at least better than it looked, right? I said it's still a little bumpy, still a little rough, but we got something. We got a starting point, which is what we were trying to do all this time. You know, when working with the ear, that is. Now I think I'm just gonna do a general shape here because the earlobe or the not the lobe, but the helix sticks out further than that little round area there. Hmm. Now we're creating two helixes here, so I'm gonna try to even that out. I don't want to make his helix too big. I want to make the two become one, so I'm just gonna inflate the center of that. Let's look at it from the side. His earlobe is getting a little bit bigger, but give me 1 sec. Not his earlobe, his helix. I'm sorry, I keep saying earlobe. Oh, the lobe is down here. Okay, we're talking about the helix. All right, so we're gonna grab ourselves, and I'm gonna just try to forcefully shape it now, because now we have it right where we want it. And I'm just gonna try to get the earlobe to obey what I want here. Okay, I'm just gonna try to move it forcefully to the desired shape and position. I'm not gonna do anything there because that's just gonna undo what we just did. I'm gonna hit remesh and then smooth everything out, and hopefully we'll be all right. Inflate seems to do less damage than clay strip. That might be one of the reasons why we're having so many problems is that we can't use clay strip on really small stuff because that kind of messes it up. I'm starting to at least think that. So give me a second. I need to see the shape. Okay, so we have it. The only thing that I'm concerned about is taking that part, that portion of the Y, and just moving it back a little bit. So we're gonna do that. Just so it looks more like the anti-helix. And I'm gonna scrape. What we're gonna do now is scrape over here. There we go. Kind of deepen that little pit there. There's like a little thing back there, like a little crevice back there behind the anti-helix. I'm not 100% trying to make this perfect because people's ears are different, but we do want to learn how to make better ears. So that's why I'm spending as much time as I could possibly need on it. Inflate a little bit more and try to remove some of the wrinkles that way, but we have to do it right. Otherwise, we're just going to add more wrinkles. Still a little bit bumpy. We already got we're going to leave that alone. That's fine. What we are going to do though is, let me see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bump there. That's the, the tragus. Just create a little bump there, and then I'm going to take the grab tool, okay, and kind of pull that bump a little bit forward, and boom, you got yourself an instant tragus. Or tragus, I don't know. I don't know how that's pronounced. These words were never spoken to me out loud. So I don't know. And I didn't bother to look up how to pronounce this stuff. I just want to sculpt it for the time being. So there it is. All right. So we have a really bumpy ear, but it's in a better shape than it was before, front and back. So what I am thinking is I want to kind of hit remesh one more time. Okay. We don't remesh it too much, but we're at the end now anyway. So it really doesn't matter. I think we're good. We can probably just keep remeshing it to our heart's content. Because when we retopologize it, it's gonna that all these numbers won't matter. We only need the details once we retopologize it, which we can easily do. So I'm gonna remesh it. Computer's spinning up. Can hear it working. Okay. I did not notice a change in the numbers, but that's okay. Not really concerned about the number. Like I said, we're going to retopologize it, and this number is gonna be a fraction. It's gonna be a fraction of this 7 million, 7.3 million polygons is what we're at right now, and it's gonna be a fraction of this. Probably gonna get it down to 20 or 30, maybe even less. 30 max though, with the same detail. That's our goal. So we won't ever have to worry about animating or sorry posing or anything and at this level because that's very beefy. That's like a current AAA game. Well, no, actually no, that's actually not even close. I think Street Fighter 6 has like 60 million just in the face. I could be wrong though. Was it 60 million or 60,000? I don't remember. I'm at the double check that. Oh, and another goal for our practice sculpt study that I'm going to do off stream is to utilize shape keys so we can try to get muscles forming and deforming, with the movement. That's the next step even more. I made a mistake. That even more realism. What did I pull? I don't even know what I pulled, but it's okay. I think I pulled this. We're here to smooth, not pull. We're not pulling anything. I'm just gonna smooth the ear so it looks good. But yeah, that's gonna be our next step. And then once that sculpt is done, I'm going to start practicing walk cycles. I'll be able to show the result, I think, if I pull it off, because like I said, this is gonna be a full blown study, so they're gonna have all the necessary parts. I want to make sure none of those parts clip through the clothing. Okay, if you know what I mean. So if we can get it going, then I will show it. I will show my progress with that at least. So you'll get to at least see the result, but I can't really show much beyond that. It's not for not right now. Because I want to be able to practice everything. So we're gonna do that. All right, smooth out. Looks starting to get a little smooth. Now it's a little bumpy here, so we're gonna try to fix that. We have the grab tool in our hands already, or selected already. Sorry. So we're gonna. I'm just gonna pull it so it's not so bumpy. Okay. And we're talking about full physics, everything. We're gonna practice all of that. Well, I was using I think I was using spring bones, and now I have jiggle maker to practice with. So we'll see. And I think you can do more than just your usual stuff with that. I've already figured out how to make hair move and whatnot. I'm pretty. Those are just pretty much just wiggle bones. I think. At least that's how I was doing it when I was practicing. So I'm not really worried about that. But we got to take it a step further. Just gonna keep trying to increase our ability to make uh fully functional 3D models here. Okay. and I need to figure out how to retopologize them for animation. So we're gonna be I'm gonna be working on that behind the scenes, and hopefully we'll be able to see some results in the future. I don't know anything about shape keys though, so that's gonna take a bit for me to learn. But I do already have some material to work from, so just stay tuned. Look forward to that in the future. Okay, that's starting to look less bumpy. I'm gonna smooth this out some more. I don't know why there's a little dip right there, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull that dip out. Just gonna grab it and just yank it. I don't know where to stop, so we're gonna have to stop for a second and then turn to the side and see that way. That's the only way we can see what we're doing here from that angle. I'm gonna push the helix back down a little bit. I'm gonna smooth this out because I see there's a little bumpiness there. Bumpiness there. Those little imperfections aren't really gonna matter for what we're using these sculpts for, but like I said, I want to try to put as much in practice as I can, just for learning experience. We can smooth that out probably. We can smooth this out. It looks like it's not doing anything, but I can see the differences. I don't know if you can see that, but I can definitely see that. And look, yeah, we get it looks a little weird here, but I think I might just leave this. I don't have a reference for this. This doesn't look right to me. I can tell you that right now. That doesn't look right to me, but I don't know how to fix it yet. I need to find reference of the top of the this here this angle of the ear. That's the one thing I don't have. I never really thought about it. Hold on, let me make sure that I don't have that. Because why wouldn't we have a reference like that in anatomy for sculptors? Yeah, we do have it. Never mind. I never used this reference before, and I had it actually. I actually had it the whole time. Okay, no problem. All right. So according to our newly discovered reference, this is completely smooth from the top, right? So what we have here is we have our helix is going and making a sharp turn toward the head. That's not right. It's supposed to be a like a tapered off appearance, like this, all the way to the head. Okay, so we're going to try to fix that now that we can see. If I had known this before, I would have fixed it sooner, but I didn't look hard enough. That's on me. We're going to work out all the mistakes and details as much as possible. Okay, so something like that. Now all we have to do is just, yeah, that looks a little more closer to what we're trying to do here. And the helix comes over a little bit more. And grab that and just pull it over, just yank it over. Just grab it and just yank it over there. Man, it's starting to look better right there. It's starting to look a little better. Doesn't look deformed or anything. So at least, I mean, my eyes are telling me that it looks better. I don't know if that's actually if that's actually true, but it makes more sense. I don't spend any time looking at this part of the ear. My brain is telling me that it's off. So maybe I don't know. Sometimes your brain catches things that you might not consciously catch, right? I mean, that dip there is a little too much because this should be pushed in a little bit more. Like I said, I don't know how this area differs from person to person. When in doubt, just follow the reference. That's what I do. So we're just gonna have a bunch of characters with the same kind of ears, all right? As long as they're not like really goofy or really ears that stand out, it shouldn't really matter. But most of my characters, if not all of them, have similar ears like this. We may have to fix that one day. Eventually we'll get to the point where we can make different ears for different characters, but Like you want to make a UFC fighter and you want to have them have like cauliflower ears or something, or maybe the ears missing or damaged. That's one way of doing it. But not everyone's gonna have these really big ears like this. Well, it's not. Well, I guess I mean I don't know. People have smaller ears. You know, people have ears that kind of like fold in a little bit. Point is, not everyone has the same ears. I'm gonna save it. I feel comfortable enough to save with all these changes here. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh, sorry. Oops. Got a little bit of space action right there. We don't want the space action yet. All right. All right. So we're going to continue on. Okay. The ear is much smoother, and the shape is looking a little better right here. Just when you look behind it, there's a little pit there that should not be there. I can grab it and pull it. We can try to fix it, but honestly, I mean, this is something that I don't know. It's like polishing the back of a metal. Like you're never gonna see that, but it's more of like a discipline thing. I could leave it like this and just go on. But I can also, I mean, it's an easy fix. I could just pull it up. No one will ever know this is here. No one ever. No one can see this except you, me. We know it's there. Hmm. See now, at least it looks better from this angle and this angle, and maybe that angle. It's just when you get right here. But I think the hair is going to come out and kind of hide that anyway. So even if we don't get it accurate, at the very least, the mistake won't be as apparent, and you won't be able to, you won't be able to really, it won't really affect anything. To be honest, that's like a very small area, very small thing. It's like we're not trying to like break into the industry or anything. You're not trying to get a job in the industry here, but we do want to try to, at least get somewhere close to the level of detail that people who are in the industry or trying to get in can achieve. That's our goal here. We want to be able to try to do it professional, at least as professional as we can. But we're not actually trying to do anything with this. This is just for a personal project. I'm going to smooth that out. Practice makes perfect. That's my point. So I'm gonna push this up a little bit more. I want this a little bit more even. And what I want is to continue to move that over because now we have the reference. We can see we're looking at the superior view. Let's take a look. This is anatomy for sculptors. This is what I'm trying to do. Okay. That's about the same, right? You see some noticeable differences here. Our helix is skinnier than that. This helix goes right into the ear, like we were saying, and it tapers off in the front to the side of the head. We're close, but not quite 100% accurate. But like I said, it's close enough. We can probably stop if we wanted to. But since we're just grabbing it and moving it, I mean, we can try to make it do the best that we can. I mean, that's another goal, just to try to do the best that we can here. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna try to pull this up a little bit. Pull this up some, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Okay. And we still have that little crevice there. That's not really, I think now we can call upon our favorite brush here, clay strips, and kind of just build that, hopefully without messing up what we've done here. We finally got the ear right where we want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our radius down And I'm going to try to like put a piece of tissue of flesh there over that crevice so we can kind of guide it into the head a little bit more. Okay, that's what we're going to try to do here. As you can see, it's not really. It's being a little more little stubborn. I think it's because of our brush being small and our strength. So let's kind of put the strength up some. I'm gonna put up to 500 and something. It doesn't the exact number doesn't really matter, but I usually go like 2, 5, and then full. That's usually enough. Anything some and anything outside of those numbers is fine too. But those are like my starting points. It's looking like a remesh time. Just gonna work on that. I'm just gonna get that going together a little bit, and I'm gonna use my own ear for this. I'm trying to feel the top. Yeah, it's connected right there. I mean, we already have it connected. We're touching this part currently, right? Hmm. We can't really see it, so it's my sense of touch is not reliable for a reference, but we know it's there. We can feel it. We can see this ear and feel this ear, and try to extrapolate between the two. But it would be easier to just look in a mirror and see if you want to use your own reference. Like it's not like a hand where we could just put it in front of us and look. This is something that is outside of our vision, so a mirror would help. I have the web camera, but it ain't that great. All right, it's not that great. It's not good enough for that. I'm not using like a camera. Some people use a camera for their webcam. I have a webcam, a webcam. Okay, not a camera. Although I'm open to it. I guess I don't know. I don't really see the point, but I guess it's a production value thing. I don't know. Anyway, I think pressing remesh here should do us some good. We already saved it. Just gonna keep pressing remesh here. Okay. Now we're gonna smooth this area out. Look at that. It's much better. And we still got now we have a huge wall here. Let me see. Hold on. I mean, that's not entirely well. It doesn't stop. It's kind of like a roll down. We could do that. And to that, I say, why shouldn't I? Right? Why shouldn't I do it? We can probably push this down just a little bit. That's too much. Oh, not too much. Just a little bit to where it's not like just straight, even though it kind of is. Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. What we need to do is bring this up. I don't want it to go drop straight down and then bam and then blah. I don't want to do that. We even got a little second hole in there. We don't want that. We have a second hole. We don't want a second hole in the head. We only want this one. This is the only one that we need here. I mean, unless of course your character calls for it. I don't know. Maybe there's an injury there. I don't know. It's really up to you. This is a completely made up character, so you can literally do whatever you want. But since we're following realism, we're going to try to, you know, use real people as a reference, or at least the 3D scans. Anatomy for sculptors in my case. I also have a drawing of this character that I'm trying to keep as much of the likeness as possible. I say close enough. Eventually we'll make a new draw. We can make a new character sheet and update them finalize the art style that we're gonna go with. That'll be something that we do in the future, though. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. We're just gonna get a character that we can pose, draw. Eventually, we'll make an entire scene other than just people. You know, maybe get a chair, pull up a chair, have them sit down in the chair, or something. I don't know, car, running pose, whatever comes to mind. You know, we can do it without having to rely on memory or try to find a pose that might is kind of is as close as you can get it, but doesn't exactly fit like you would in Google. It's very I find it very difficult to find very specific references in Google, which is what I was doing before. I was going to just make the comic that way. You know, if there was like, oh no, I need somebody riding a bike, which is an actual thing, uh, then you could just find a picture online of someone riding a bike and use that. But now I can just actually put my character on a bike and pose the scene however I want and then draw it. And it'll come out a lot better, you know, rather than draw from memory. You can draw from memory if you want. I've drawn from memory for most of my life, but I've slowly been going more and more toward references because yeah, I noticed there is a great improvement in doing so. So, and I kind of want this to be. I don't want to be an artist that. Not that there's anything wrong with this, but you know, I know there's some people who you know when they get to a point where their art improves over time because it's a natural thing, especially if you're trying to learn. Um, they'll go back and redo pages. You know, I don't want to do that. I want it to be in a good spot as is. You know, the first time around, so I can look at it like, yeah, okay, I'll draw better now, but it's still pretty good back then. That's what I want. And at that point, if I redraw something, it's because I want to, not because it needs to be redrawn. You know, to update. I don't have to update it or anything. It's like, oh, you know, I want to do this again, and I pull up the guy or girl and pose them and draw them again. Do I have to remesh this again? I keep remeshing it. I think the number is going down. I think it was at 37328. We're at 7325 now. Not that it matters, but I'm just saying. As long as it doesn't like go to like 1.8 or something, and we start losing details. No, actually, it does. Like I said, the number doesn't matter as long as we don't lose details. We're good. I think when when I first started, I started in ZBrush. That's where I first learned how to do it. That's why we're kind of relearning in Blender. It was a lot faster to do it in ZBrush because ZBrush was Z remesh everything. I wouldn't have to retopologize anything. It would automatically bring it down to a low poly count, and but there was no baking high details. That's the only thing I wasn't doing. So, but I know how I would do it now if I were to go back to ZBrush. I think what I would do is I would do the sculpt. It would be like 60 million or something crazy, and then Z remesh it, bring it over here, re add all of the textures or like secondary, tertiary details, and then probably retopologize it and then unwrap, even though it was already unwrapped by Z remesh and all. You can do all that stuff, baking, all that stuff in ZBrush. So you really don't have to do that. Actually, I probably wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't do that. Actually, I would probably just bring it over. No, you know what? Yeah, bring it over. Do the details again because it's gonna be they're gonna look kind of melted. So you can bring it over and then just kind of add the secondary, tertiary, and micro details. Unwrap it again. It'll go faster the second time around because you already did most of the work. Unwrap it again, then texture it, then uh, bake it again. Okay, and then you should be good after that. Then put the hair on. I think that would be the way I would do it if I were to use ZBrush again. But I don't want to pay a subscription for ZBrush, and you have to go to third-party websites to get ZBrush 2022, which is not subscription based, and you're most likely going to be paying more than you should. So I switched to Blender. That's what I did. Did I hit remesh? I think I No, I didn't hit remesh. I was considering hitting remesh very soon. All right, so we have a gradual. I'm checking my ear here. I don't know. I don't worry. I took a shower before I started streaming, so I could rub these little crevices here just fine. They're nice and clean and ready here, so we're not transferring anything to our keyboard or mouse. Anyway, um, this is like a it's like a little slope down back there. So I'm gonna try to slope this a little bit more, just a little bit, and we kind of have that it kind of slopes. It's like a sharp drop back there, and then it goes from let's see, straight down to this is what you're doing right here. This is the second little. I think this is the second bump back there, but this gray area right here is what we're touching. It's going straight down there. That's what I believe is going on here. These are the angles that I have to work with. Let's take a better angle right here. Yeah, this is what we're touching. Going kind of goes down and it comes out a little bit and then back in. This is what we got. Slope down, comes out a little and then back in. It's just wider. It's just like it's a more of a looser form. Okay, so we got it. We got the shape. It's just a little more wider than this ear. I think we can go on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna solidify the helix here, the helix shape here, kind of reinforce it. Not well, yeah, reinforce is the word I'm looking for. We want to reinforce it a little bit more here. So I really don't want to come back to these ears again. We fixed it. Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it better. We made it better. We made it better than it is. I don't know if it's fixed, but we made it better. I'm gonna click remesh again. Mainly for this. Please don't. Okay. I'm just gonna smooth this out. Smooth this out now. Holding shift, and I'm just gonna just tap it. I'm just gonna just mouse click it. Just keep clicks, many clicks per minute here. All right. I'm not gonna grab it and hold it because I don't want to deform it too much here. Just want to just little light taps here. It's almost like we didn't go far enough here. I'm just gonna slope that down here a little bit more, so just so it's we still kind of have that dip. It's just very small. I'm gonna increase that bubble there, like that. We're gonna smooth out the top, just the top. Could just be the way we're looking at it. I don't know. I say I say that's enough. I say that's enough. Obviously, we still need to do better ears in the future, but that's not bad. Okay, like I said, the hair will hide most of that. So I mean, it's not perfect. It's right there. That's as far as we can stand to get it. All right. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go ahead and save it, and if there's anything to go back to, do it. Now I'm looking at the eye. I think we can just smooth out those lines that are already there because they're a little bit rough, probably from all the remeshing. We can redefine these lines when it's time to do micro details. I'm not going to worry about it right now. The lines are there. We can see them. Actually, you know what? No, because we have to retopologize, and I want to make sure that we keep all of the details as much as possible. Okay, this is our orthographic view. As you can see, his head looks weird in that view there. Looks a little better here. But we're going to click orthographic view, and we're going to look at the details of the eyes. I'm going to just go on ahead and just reinforce the eyelids a little bit more. We're going to try to smooth out this. Let's take a look here at the bottom. They do follow the eye somewhat. They're not smooth here though. We can smooth those out, no problem. And the same thing with the bottom lids. They follow the shape of the eye. They go in. That's what you want to look for. You want to make sure that they are round and at every angle. And we have our lids there. That's for the future. We got the tear duct and the caruncle right there, ready to be placed in there. We're just gonna reinforce these lines a little bit more and do some smoothing. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, uh, every any other detail like the wrinkles in the forehead, that will be added later. I think we got enough here. Tourette's apologize. Probably smooth out his nose too, but we're going for it. All right. I'm gonna start with the line. So we're just gonna just cut into him a little bit here. That is not super noticeable there. Give me one sec. I need a bigger brush than that, I think. But oh wait, hold on. Is this too large? Maybe, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm looking at this from this angle. I feel like this goes a little too far. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check my references from that one. 1 second. Now I have the nose, yes. I need the eye in that shape there. Let's see what we can see here. No, not there. And those are Asian eyes. I need something else. I'm looking. I just need to see the eyes in this angle here. I want to see how far the well, first of all, if you can see those lids at this angle, there may be a mistake here, and I'm just double checking my work here. Let's see here. Make sure it's good, because a low angle is something that you would see in a comic book panel. We want to make sure that everything is good. You will most likely see a character in some kind of low angle. I want to make sure that when I reference my character at that angle, that it's right. It's just I have so many references. I have to look through a lot of stuff here, so just bear with me. Oh wait, hold on. I think we got something here. Yeah, I think so. I think at because this isn't a super young person, so yeah, I think that is actually. I did see a low angle, not the angle that we were looking at, but a low enough angle to where I can kind of I think I can kind of believe that you can see this like see it like this. Yeah. You might just continue on. I just want to make sure because it doesn't seem like I have that exact angle there. I do for the nose, which is weird that they didn't do it for the eye. Anatomy for sculptors is pretty thorough. It could be I just don't have it here, and I need to look in the actual source material, which is a whole other thing. I'll probably do that some other time. I'm gonna do it right now because this is I think I have enough information here to keep going. I think we're all right. Why is the window so small? First of all, okay, here we go. Oh, that's not something we need to see on Twitch. I Yeah, just eyes, please. Not chest. I just want to make sure before I go on that I can just leave it. That's all I want to do. Looking at everything. I would show this, but like I said, it's next to naked chests, and I don't, I can't show that, fortunately. And these are real people, so it's not like we just be like, oh yeah, it's 3D. There's some 3D scans here, some not. So I'm just gonna play it safe here. So, you know, let me take a look at a young person. Yeah, you know, yeah, okay, okay, okay. Well, you know what? Also, what happened here? When did that happen? I'm gonna show you something that it's not even it's kind of not related, but this is this is what I'm talking about here. Okay, we have a 3D scan of a person. You can, and this is what I'm doing right here. So I'm just copying this angle. You can see it. So what my reasoning is here is that I can extrapolate from what I see here and increase or lower the angle even more. You should still be able to see this line there. Okay. So just based on that, I'm going to leave it. Okay. That's really all I'm trying to do. I just wanted to double check and make sure if I had that angle or not. Um, I'm going to have to look harder later, but that's all I'm talking about. Okay. That should be seen from a low angle. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to go back into orthographic view. I think at best we can probably just bring that in a little bit. Might be a little too stretched out. It should stop like right here. Maybe that's the only problem that I'm having here. It's like it's too far over. Oop, I don't want to hit that part because that part's on the eye, and we don't want to mess up the eyelid there. Let me zoom in. Looks like I may have already changed it a little bit. Oh, I need a bigger radius than that. We're gonna have to flesh that out a little bit more. There's the eyeball. We're gonna have to flesh that out a little bit more. And all I want to do is kind of stretch or constrict that a little bit. Just kind of shrink that in a little bit because that might be a little too far over. I'm thinking of these lines, even though I can't really see them completely at this angle. But I'm doing a little bit of a guesstimation here of how much I need to shrink them. We'll just work in increments, and then just flip out the camera a little bit more and see. We still need to smooth this area. All right. Yeah, we dug out too much of the eye, so it kind of became a problem. I think I did fill it in already, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of smooth this out so we can get a better view of what we're doing here. These bumps are really messing with my perception here. So we're gonna smooth this out because this that should be smooth, as well as the edge. We're gonna reinforce the edges too. Just little minor tweaks that we're doing here. When did this happen? Let's smooth that out. I'm sure I did that just now, like just recently. I just didn't see it until now. All right. I scooped out the eye a little too hard there when we first started this. But we want a shelf here. I think I filled it in. I remember filling it in. We want this here. This will be like a little pink thing. Now it seems like we put too much shelf up top, and but the bottom is fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the radius, and we're going to just kind of take that edge. We're going to take that and put it in this. We're gonna just push it in just a little bit. It's very minor tweaks. This is all we're doing. Minor tweaks. We have a body. We have everything. The proportions are pretty much as good as I can get them. We're just doing minor tweaks for the sake of ret topology, which I should. I think I might. Maybe I'll be able to start some of that. We'll see. Very tedious and kind of boring, but it's part of the process, and we need to do it better because it's a very important part of the process. There will come a time when we're gonna get the whole thing, okay, on a stream one day. I think I can pull that off, given some time. And what I'll do is I'll just put my camera. I'll put the camera on me while I do the midsection real quick. It doesn't take that long. I ain't gonna be able to do the cheeks online, but if I can just get like 20 minutes of just the camera on my face just so I get past that part, then I should be fine. I don't know. I've never seen anyone work on that on stream, so I don't really know. I don't really have a like an idea of what I can show or not. So we're just gonna not show it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reinforce that edge, which will make it bumpy again, right? But I think if we smooth it, because this will go away when we retopologize it. We can put a face here, and then we can have the edge there, and then put a face there, and that will automatically get rid of it. It's just when we bake it again, I don't think it'll come back, but maybe it will. I don't know. Or when we shrink wrap it, when we shrink wrap the high poly onto the low poly, I don't think it will come back. But we can keep reinforcing it because it ain't gonna be the final product. It's still weird. This is a micro details as well. We will be doing this again for the final time on the micro details section of the workflow. I'm just gonna grab it and pull it to an even line, and sometimes you can just do that and be done with it. Just grab it and pull it, and then kind of smooth. Oop, not like that. That's what happens when we may have to lower the strength of the smoothing so we don't melt our eyelid there. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. All right, all right, all right. And we'll just smooth the top. Let's lower the radius. And you know what? Let's lower the strength too. I'm gonna lower it to about 3. There's our number between 2 and 5 that we don't normally use, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the in between number. Normally I do either 200 or 500. Right now we're doing 3. And it should be the same strength for smoothing. I don't know. I may have to check. Let me see. Smooth. Yeah. We have the grab brush, didn't we? No, actually, it's not the same number, but it's still at 3. So we're cool. 3-ish. Just gonna kind of tap it. I don't want to hold it down because you see how much changed when we did that just now. Just want to tap it. So keep mouse clicking it. And it's a little more straight now. We still have that edge. It's about the same width, maybe just a little wider over here. You can probably change that, and I could see why from this angle. It looks like we may have pulled it a little too much or we didn't pull it enough. We're gonna pull it this way though, in any case. And we have a little dip here. We'll yank that up. We have a little sharp edge here. We're gonna pull that back down. Matter of fact, you know what? We should just probably just flatten it. I was gonna say. Let's try using the actual flattening tool. Keep this area flat. Well, my reasoning here is if I flatten this top here, it should automatically create more of that edge that we're looking for. Okay, not bad. We have a clear distinction between this little pink part near your eyes, your tear ducts, whatever you call that. I'm not sure, the eyelid, the top of your eyelid, and the front of your eyelid. We have a clear distinction there. So if we wanted to draw this, we can see where to put the lines. That's the most important part. If this were the final product, obviously you want to get this as close to perfect as possible. But we're not using this for anything outside of reference. So, but if I were to take this and if I were to take this mesh and put it in a video game, obviously we would do a much better job than this because you're going to be seeing this all the time. So, I mean, if you give them, a lopsided head, that's going to be something that you're going to be looking at the entire game. Okay, it will reflect poorly on your effort. At least in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, maybe people out there have done that, and if the game was fun enough, I wouldn't care. But if we're talking about my game, then yes, I want to try to make it as best as I can. That's all I'm saying. All right, we are holding ourselves to a as high a standard as we can tolerate. Okay. Whatever our skill level can achieve, if I can achieve it, then that's where we're going. Okay. And we're not going to know if we can achieve it until we do it. That's essentially what we're trying to do here. All right, so let's see. I don't know. I feel like we can do a better job at this though. We've been working on the bottom. The bottom looks pretty good. It's just the top now that we need to fix, or at least good enough. I don't want to keep relying on good enough though. Eventually, we're gonna have to do a better job. There's a point where it's like, okay, I think this is enough. All right, we got it. We got enough of it. But no, it's kind of like a. It's not very roundy. This is the cornea. The cornea is supposed to be that shape, but not the lid. It's a very slight shape. Maybe no, yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, it's a very slight bump, and this will be invisible, so don't worry about it. You won't be able to see this. The shape that you're actually going to see would be that, and you'll only see a translucent outline of the cornea. Okay, see, it looks a little bit more realistic there because you can kind of see where his pupils and iris are going to be. I may have to adjust it. It looks like he's looking down a little bit. Something happened. Why did it? Yeah, we're gonna have to adjust that. But I know what happened. Yeah, it's because of this. I didn't put it in the right position. All right, so smoothing out is gonna get rid of that bump. We had it in the right position before though. You want it's upside down. That's the problem. It's actually upside down. You want this touching the bottom and kind of like almost a half moon up here. I don't know how that happened. If there was a way we can just flip the eyes, then it would look right. But right now he looks like he's like, what's down there? I don't know. I don't know if that's his actual thought. That's yeah, what's down there. That's not what something you would naturally do. Is just move your eye down. And you look down towards your nose. That's more of like a like you're looking at someone like condescendingly. Like you maybe have your eye up. Like I don't know about this guy. Something like that. But that's not something you normally. If you say what's down there, normally you just move your entire head, right? Hey, shoes on the tie, you look down, something like that. Not like you don't just completely. That's the things that you want to look for. That I want to do in my web comic is just not actually just have this eye like have a static image and look down past his nose. Just kind of have him naturally look down. I don't know if people actually do that. That's not an example. I'm just saying, that's you know, just more natural movements, head and eye movements, emotion. These are the things that I want in my comic. I'm going to pull his chin out some more. Yeah, we're working on the eyelids here still. All right, let's go back. I'm gonna save it. I don't think there's anything here that we need to worry about. We have symmetry. Let's check the other side. Now we have some asymmetry here, especially with the eye. So we're gonna have to turn it off and then work on this side too. As you can see, there are some minor differences. Though maybe we could ignore them, but no, no, we're not gonna ignore them. I refuse to ignore them. All right, I've done enough of that. Okay, I'm trying to make every sculpt I do from here on out better than the last. That's my goal, and that's pretty much what I do for my drawings too. Just try to. That's the way. That's one way that I know will help me improve my art. It's just by doing that alone, and just not making the same mistakes that we keep making over and over. That doesn't look too bad. This is a little. It's a little. Like attached like a web, I guess, so we can work on that. The first thing I'm gonna do is just grab this and pull it down. That's gonna give them a little bit of an older appearance, but I want to be able to kind of make that line go past here just a little bit. We'll have our eyelashes there eventually, so you won't be able to see that as much, but that's not for a while. Okay, once we get past the dreaded wall of retopology, and you'll start seeing the stuff that you haven't seen yet on stream, because I was still learning it at the time. But now I have a pretty good grasp, and I'm going to have my notes. My notes end here. I'm in the point where I have this committed to memory, so I can start and finish the retopology without any external help. And if I get stuck, I can actually work my way out of it. So we're good here, because we've done this portion enough times. We made enough mistakes on my last sculpt here, the big big guy. We made enough mistakes on that particular sculpt that I can have most of this committed to memory already. It's just the voxel size stuff that I refer to mostly. And I had a little bit of I was a little kerfluffle of whether I should do the hands or the feet first, because the hands you have to remesh a lot more than the feet. We don't do feet primary because they're not going to be showing. Maybe for the character after the next one, because that is a monk that wears sandals, so his feet are always going to be out, which means they should be more detailed, at least in my opinion. But that's just a simple matter of cutting off the feet and then just doing what we do for the hands. Separate the hands and feet, remesh them, and then put all the detail that you possibly need on them, and then reattach them. That's basically the primary forms in a nutshell for the hands and feet. Same thing you would do for the head, except for since you start with the head, it's already detached, so you don't have to detach it. You just do the head and all the the shapes and whatnot for that, and then you make the body and so on and so forth. It's the same thing with the hands, except for you're working the other way. You're detaching them and then putting them back on instead of starting separate and then attaching them. That's all it is, really. That's pretty much the workflow that we're going to do. I mean, for forever. I don't know. Let's not discover a better way of doing it. That's the way we're going to do it. I don't know about this. This is starting to get a little garbled. We don't want to. We don't want to do that. Okay, we don't want to smooth it out. So I'm gonna use the draw sharp and kind of put that edge, get the edge. I'm gonna work on the edge and hopefully get the desired shape. We don't have a lot to work with there. We might have to remesh this. I don't know. It's looking like the amount of detail here, the amount of detail required is starting to get into the micro detail territory, and that's something that we have to do down the line. But we do have enough there. We have enough to draw from that, so You know, maybe we can stop now. Although we started at this line and we never really deepened it any further than we did. Let's go back to that instead and just kind of deepen this line a little bit more because this is a very deep line on most people, and to make sure that we can get these details back on once we're done retopologizing. All right. We have our lines here. You know what? Let me do that again. I want to smooth this out here. We have our lines here. Oh, I'm using the mouse. I should use a stylus for things like this because it's more precise. But no, anyway, we're gonna deepen that line a little bit, and then we're gonna deepen this line. I'm okay with using the mouse because that's how I started, so it's okay. I didn't get my tablet until after I had an idea of how to sculpt. What's this here? Smooth that out some. One second. Okay. Something detached. I don't know what it was. Looks like we're still good. Okay. I have no idea what attached. What detached. Phone is not plugged up, is it? No, it just I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, yeah, everything's good. All right. Now, lines are a little bit rough, so I'm just gonna kind of just tap smooth them, like tap in the smoothness of them. Still, we don't want this to look too rough, but this will even out. When we go further into this. I feel like this particular character we didn't really hammer in a solid look for him, so I guess we're just doing that now. We're doing it at this stage now, so we'll see. I'm gonna make this a little bit more bulbous, and I'm gonna smooth it. I got a little bump right there. Let's not do that. I'm gonna smooth it from this angle and see if we can. All right, so now I'm gonna switch to the grab brush, increase the radius just a little bit, and I'm just gonna pull this out. We're still making this bulbous. It seems like we flattened it a little too much. There we go. I think that's a little better. I think that's good. I think that's just fine. All right, I'm gonna smooth this out some more. Make this part of the face a little more smooth, and we'll have the nasolabial folds and the laugh lines a little further down. Because then I want to add like a triangular piece of meat right there to kind of. I feel like this part of the mouth feels detached from the rest of the face, so we're going to try to combine that, make that look better. Basically, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to say. Smoothing out the face a little bit more. It look a little more realistic. I think from the side it looks fine, but when you look at it from the front, it looks, I don't know, there's something. No, I think it's fine. There's something though. There's something that I'm not seeing. I don't know. My eyes are telling me I need to do something, but I'm not sure what. So we're gonna. I think it's that piece there that I spoke of. So we're gonna see here. Okay. See if we can let's go back. I think I know what it is. The corner of the mouth doesn't, it doesn't taper off enough. That's what it is. It's like it ends. It just ends, and it's not really attached. So I have to make it. I kind of have to make them look like they're attached. I think that's what the problem is. We may have just solved the issue there. So I'm going to try to make them look attached, and then put that fold over the attachment a little bit. Some. That's my goal. Make sure that we have lips there. That, see from an angle, yeah, they look, it looks right, but when you go like this, it doesn't look right. So we got to fix it. Okay, you got to fix it. Let me see. See, how can I do this? Let's try the clay strip brush, perhaps. Oh, okay. We'll just have to adjust the lips some more. They need some work anyway, so. And I'm not worried about how that looks. Once we retopologize the lips, they will, all this won't be there. We just won't put any polygons over that. But it could be that I just did this. I'm not really sure. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest with you. That may have been from remeshing. I said we're not really too concerned with that. Let me see if I can. I can't really affect it, to be honest. Well, a little bit, just a little bit. Ain't gonna go much further than that, I think. Not an issue. It won't be there when it counts. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take. I'm gonna try to fix this here. Trying to tweak this to make it look better. I'm gonna push this entirely up into the other lip. Maybe we can just kind of combine it right here. Give it the idea that the lips are together right there. They should at least touch here. Get a better lip shape there. This little there's like a little triangular looking area here. It kind of comes down and kind of like loops down there. We kind of lost that detail, so I'm putting it back in. And this goes. Which brush was this? Oh, okay. You have to control. You have to push control. These two kind of are like opposites, sort of. Like they do almost the same thing, but holding control does the opposite for either one. And I keep mixing them up. I'm just gonna smooth that. Smooth that some more. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take the grab tool. Let's see, I'm gonna move this up, move it down. It's pretty much symmetrical here. It's just the eyes are asymmetrical. And I forgot to check the other eye. I may just wait. Well, I can just smooth that out. It looks good enough to me. I'm looking at it. It's just some very minor differences, and that's only because I left the symmetry brush off by accident for like a couple of steps. They look pretty much the same, so I think it's fine. I just needed to get rid of that little spike there, that little stalactite that was coming down off the top lid there, and it's gone. So that I'm gonna call it done for right now. We'll return to that at a later date. All right. Combining the lips here, which seems to be, yeah, now it's starting to look a little better. And we just have to put that little laugh line there. Hmm. And we make it follow the nasolabial fold a little bit. Well, I don't think, does the nasolabial fold come down this far? I know it's this is the nasolabial fold right here, but I forgot if it stops up here, if it comes all the way down. Either way, I'm gonna make it follow this portion of the face just a little bit. And then we'll just smooth it all down once it's done. Oh, a little too far there. That's okay. We can just smooth that out. Make it so that it's all even. And you have that little pocket right there by your lip. Little pocket right there. It should be good after that. Just smooth it down. Yeah, now it looks a little better. It looks a little more like a mouth instead of like a trap, you know? That's what I got that vibe from it. So I felt like I needed to do something about it. Like a joke teeth or something where it just ends on the side, or it doesn't just have a space in between the top and the bottom all the way around until the little gear part, the little hinge. That's what I felt like it felt like that to me, but now we have it looking a little more natural. It tapers, they taper, the lips taper into each other into a little fold there on the side. Everyone has something similar to that. Yeah, it looks better. Just got to smooth it out some so it's not so apparent, and we have that little extra form that we made right there. Also, we'll probably deepen this crevice right. Oops, I was holding control when I shouldn't be. And we can smooth it, getting a little bit of artifacts there, so I'm smoothing it out. Take a look at the maybe we put too much lines in the lips. I don't know. We're gonna fix that though. I don't think I think we'll be fine. That's kind of a micro detail thing anyway. So we do revisit it. We'll just go on ahead and do that during that time, not right now. It's a little too early to be putting that many details in now, even though we kind of did it already. It's kind of a thing that I've always done. Do a little bit too much, but that's okay. You know, it's fine. It'll be all right. Okay. Looking at the mouth, I think it's fine. I think what we can do is kind of smooth out some of the details here. I think I put too many lines on the lips. Just have really basic forms, which is where we should be anyway. It shouldn't be doing these super duper complex forms here. Well, I mean, it's fine, but it's not super complex, but it's complex enough. You just want to really just work on the basic forms. Edges of the lip, might be a little too much there. It's not so well. Yeah, I guess it is. Put the edge there. That was very crooked and sloppy, but we're going to fix that. Not to worry. You know what? I want to smooth this out a little bit more. I think this is a little too strong. This is completely dependent on the person, but we're going to smooth it out. We don't really need anything. We don't need specifics for that. I didn't go that far into this look, but maybe I should. So I'm gonna go ahead and smooth out these edges. It's more round down here, so just smooth this out some more too. Oops, that was a mistake. Once we put the textures in it, I mean, what I'm thinking is we can have this part of the lip dark, this one a little bit more pink, and then this edge a little bit more lighter. We're doing someone with darker skin this time, so and we're going to have to do the textures and whatnot a little bit different. Other than that, the form and all that stuff should be the same. Oh yeah, the jaw, right? I remember saying that we were supposed to kind of accentuate that a little bit more, but we never did it. So I'm going to do it now. I'm just going to kind of. That's a very basic thing, and we completely skipped it. So I mean, it's okay. We can still, as long as we don't do this after we bake the character, we should be fine. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this radius, and I'm going to look at the chin. Is a little bit more. I don't know. It feels like a little pushed in. So I'm going to pull out some. Hmm. I'm going to take the inflate tool here, and I'm going to inflate it, of course, a little bit, kind of hold it like so. Oops. It doesn't have to be super straight because we can fix that. All we have to do is just smooth it out and fix it that way, and we can also grab it if we need to. But I want a clear jaw line, so I can draw it. You can see where that was going. Um, hmm. Looking, I'm looking. Oh, let's increase radius because we're having a little trouble there. Well, we can see where the side of the face and then the bottom begins. And it's not even real. Like it's kind of lit, but we can see. Like if we draw this, we can see where the bottom begins. We can see the side here. We can see the little lighting. That's what's important. We can see the form clearly. I'm smoothing this out because in looking in this direction, I'm seeing some stuff here, like some bump, this little bumpy down there. So I'm going to try to fix that. Grab. No, not not grab. Yeah, grab. We'll grab it. We'll grab it and we'll just yank it down. Okay. And we still got some bumpiness near the jaw line. So we're going to smooth that out. So far, these characters have a little, kind of have like a little grit to them. Like, oh, these, I don't know. When I see these faces, I think of like something like Red Dead. Everyone has like a face, like a kind of like a gritty, chiseled looking face. I hope that doesn't, because I don't know, I don't want the women to have that look, at least the same look, I don't want them to look like the men. So I'm gonna have to see how that translates to female characters. I didn't have that problem before, but when a couple of the practice sculpts, I think their features were a little too strong, but some of them are okay. So I don't know. It feels like so far it'll be a hit and miss. We're just gonna have to see what happens when we finally get to one of those characters, which will be in like 3 or 4 more sculpts. I would say it's got a ways, but we're getting there. I don't have any women that appear in the first pages yet, but they're coming. But the study I'm going to do is probably going to be a females. That way I can find out very soon how they're going to look and whatnot. But it won't be this character won't be a part of this particular project. So we'll see. See what happens. See. Oh, Now, it's not a fat. It's not. This isn't a person that has a lot of fat on them. So you won't see like a. There won't be like a kind of like a double chin action here. That's why I was trying to smooth it out a little bit. I think we can kind of still see a little bit of ripples there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to use the inflate. I'm going to lower the radius and I'm going to deepen this back here. Like this little, just a little bit of a crevice behind the jaw leading up to the ear. Do that. Should go all the way up in there. Okay. Then I'm going to slightly inflate it just past that crevice to kind of deepen that, bring out the jawline a little bit more. I'll do it again because I see something there that I don't want. I see a second crevice, and I'm just going to smooth that out after and try to fix it that way. That's going to be my preferred method of solution. Preferred method of fixing that mistake. I mean, yeah, there we go. All right, so the mouth looks a little better. I'm not worried about the position of the mouth because, like, it'll look better first of all when he has teeth after we retropologize it, and it will we'll be able to close and open the mouth and put that whatever pose we want, starting pose. So I'm not really worried about his mouth being agape there. It doesn't change his look too much. So I think we're okay in that way. I think the face is all right now. I don't think there's really anything more we can do to the face. We've fixed that little corner of the mouth. We worked on the eyes. So now we're going to move down to where the neck meets the torso here. We connected it, so it left a little line there. We're going to have to combine the traps with the neck muscles together. That should be one whole muscle. We have the top, and it should go around like that, and we have to hide this line. That's going to be our next step. I'm going to smooth this out just a little bit more. Okay, we're going to use the clay brush for that. Now, let's see here. Get something going here as far as a reference is concerned. I just want to see my trap muscles again. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna freaking grab that and put that up there so I can see it. So I can see what I need to see. All right. That should be good enough. Okay, yeah. All one muscle. All right. Hang on, I gotta adjust the size of this. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now we're going to use a clay strip brush and kind of just combine these together. We're going to combine them. Maybe something like that. And we're just going to keep going down. We already have it divided because we set that up earlier in the process. So we're going to follow those muscles, those faint muscles that we established already. And the clay strip brush will give us the texture we need, the muscle texture, just by default, just the way it is. That's the way it puts down. We're gonna get this too. I'm gonna put a little bit of a bump there because that's what your spine is right there. So we're gonna try to keep that detail as it's faint there, but it's there. It's very much there. And then we're gonna do this like so. Looking, see, making sure that we're right here. We're on the right track. Okay. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Okay. I'm just looking at my reference. Okay. Just making sure that we got it right. The only thing that I'm not too clear on is this is different on like every body that I'm looking at right now. Some have it go all the way, oops. Some have it go all the way down and some don't. I tried smoothing that out instead of just undoing it, which I should have just undid it, but whatever. And this, we're going too far down, by the way. We don't need to go that far. We need to work our way around the neck. We already did the front for the most part. We went a little too far down in the back, but that's okay. We're only trying to make sure that the this is all one. It looks like it's all one piece and not connected like a toy. I considered doing that, like having a. I don't have the room for it, but I wanted to, get like a lamp and a figure and pose the figure, and then just light that figure. Put a secondary light, that had the light bounce off, but I opted for this instead. So here we are. But at one point, I did use toys. Like I said, I used the Hawk toy, the 2003 movie Hawk toy. That was one of my go-to references for muscles back in the day when I was in high school. And now we have moved on to 3D sculpting. So now I'm going to, yeah, we need to smooth this out because I went a little too far with the strokes. uh, that's another thing I'm going to be careful about when we get to the opposite sex. Now I know there's a lot of people, you got your muscle mommies, right? Some people give them like male muscles, but that's not super accurate. If they're a little shaped differently on a woman. It's fine. You can do whatever you want, but since we're following realism, that's if we do a character like that in the future, that's what we're going to do. Is look at an actual female bodybuilder for reference, or not. You don't have to do that. You can just use a. You could just put a. You could just use a man's body and you just put breasts on it. I guess I don't know. Actually, don't know. They're probably that's what it seems like some people do, right? I don't know. Let me see here. I need a side view of the traps, which I am getting now. We have it. We have it. We got 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 it. All right. Now I want to bring this all the way over to about right there, right where we stopped at before. I think we've added way too many strokes here. We went a little too far, but we can fix it. Not to worry. Not to worry. We're going to. I don't think I have any characters. Like, do I? Maybe I do. Yeah, I think I do actually. Yeah, you'll most likely see one in the future. A muscular woman. All right, I gotta look at the side here because I have a lot of characters. Okay, I can't keep track of everything while I'm trying to explain what I'm doing. But yeah, I do. Explain what I'm doing and think about what I'm going to do next. I had to think for a second. What I'm gonna do? No, I'm not gonna flatten. I'm gonna scrape them. Like I said, we kind of went a little crazy on the trap there. They don't have to be this rigid. I'm trying to make this more smooth, but the clay strip brush is anything but smooth. So you're going to have to work it a little bit, which is what we're doing now. Uh, um, mm, mm. In fact, yeah, we have one. I can't tell you exactly how many sculpts it's going to take to get to them, but yes, we do. We do actually have. It's more like a fit, like a physically fit person, like not so much as a bodybuilder, but probably a little cut up. Yeah. Okay, they're a martial artist, and it's like that type of character where it's really physically fit, but they're not like super jacked or whatever, but they're jacked enough. I don't know if that counts as a muscle mommy. But, so I was that's why I was like, I don't know. We don't have any like hulked out women. I don't think I have any characters like that. At least not yet. We can always make them, even just for funsies. It doesn't have to be for a project, right? What did I do here? All right, that's as far back as we're going to be able to go. So let's yeah, we're gonna have to reapply those neck muscles there. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. We're not gonna go crazy. Not this time. We're not going crazy. We're just gonna put a couple of strokes down and then smooth it out. Okay. You know what we can do? Maybe we can just kind of get the strength going a little bit to where we don't have to. Oops. That's not what we want. We want. Let's put that back. Let's go to the smooth brush and put that strength up. Yeah, much better. Now, I don't want to dip here. I want it to be a smooth transit. Well, actually, no, there is a dip there, isn't there? Yeah, there is. Is it there? We have reference. Let's consult the tapes. Sort of. It's not super. It's not like a super dip, but it's there. Apparently, it's still there because when I when I draw a strip over it, it clearly lumps. So there's something there. Unless that's just the way I'm stroking the brush there. We didn't have to go this far. I'm just trying to make sure that it has that attached look, like it's all one body and not parts. Sometimes, Sometimes we go too far, but it's okay. We'll make it. We'll get there. All right. I want to put a strip right there because I can see a dip there. So we'll put 3 strips there, and then we'll put 3 more right there. And that's the transition that I want. Like this gradient here, this degree, like that. Not like bang bang, like a almost like an angle, like a obtuse angle. We don't want that. We just want like a very slight curve. Oops, that was an unintentional stroke, but we'll just smooth it out. We can always smooth it out. It'll be all right. So I'm gonna smooth that out. Just smoothing it. Just getting real smooth with it. Smooth. Smooth. I kind of want to get rid of these lines here because, like I said, this is a very this muscle is very is smooth. It's a very smooth muscle. We're not exactly making a bodybuilder here, but we do have them physically fit. I'm gonna smooth out those lines right up there. I think we can kind of go on now. I feel like that is very connected in the back. We've been gotten rid of that line. We just got to get rid of this one. That's the only one. We started with that one. It's already gone. And there's kind of a dip there anyway. We could probably dig that out a little bit more. But other than that, I think we got it. Look at the front here. We can probably dig this, like kind of dip that in a little bit more too. But I think we got it. We're just gonna work our way around, and we have just since we detached the hands. I'm gonna check them right now to see if there's a little bit of a no. I think it's gone. Yeah, there's no seam there either, so we don't have too much to do here. We might be we might be all right. I just wanted to fix the traps, and okay, we're not gonna go down in the back muscles, the mid lower and high traps. That was all I really wanted to fix. Let's go to a side view. You can't really tell, but beyond this muscle, um, where anything meets and begins, because it's like I said, it's a very smooth transition here. This skin is very stretched out right here. So we're going to I'm gonna get rid of that line, and I'm just gonna dig out this area just a little bit, like so. Just gonna smooth this. Okay. Oh, that was easy. Now let's hold control. Kind of. Let's not use that brush. Let's hold control and let's use the inflate brush instead. Kind of just get like a little bit of a slope in there. Slope it inward. I'm just gonna get that going there. I think that's good. Let's smooth it out. Because like I said, you can't really see much definition right there. It's all in the front here. You see the muscle stretch in that. Stretch all the way up to behind the ear, which we got that already. I'm going to boost that a little bit more, actually. Just gonna boost it. We're just gonna give it a little boost. Let's smooth that one out though. Let's smooth that part out. Okay, let's boost it. Let's boost it. There. Not much to do there. Now the head looks like it's attached to the body. It's not. It doesn't have that seam. It's right there. We got it. Now we can go down. We got to go back to the traps because they're still on those. They go all the way down to the middle of the back here, so we still got some way. We still got a ways to go. Got to work it in. We kind of went a little too far there. I'm really going to smooth these muscles down because I don't. His back doesn't need to be that freaking jacked. Okay. So we're just gonna kind of just give it a little general smooth down. Just want to be able to see the muscles there. Just enough so that they, you can see a little bit through the clothes. It's not like vacuum sealed, but you can see the general shape of the muscle through the clothing. Though I don't think you will, to be honest, but because he's wearing like a more of a loose top. You might be able to see a little bit up here, but I mean, it ain't gonna be too noticeable. Because like I said, his clothes are not gonna be vacuum sealed. They're gonna be like kind of like baggy around his body there. Oh, that was an inflate brush stroke. We don't want that. They're still quite large, so I'm just gonna kind of smooth them down a little bit more. Like the traps are like the biggest thing on him right now. I definitely went a little too far. If anything, it'll be these that stick out more than the traps, which you know what, we could fix that right now. So let me just grab that and then we can let me lower the radius a little bit. Radial. And just kind of just increase this muscle a little bit more. Just a little bit. And then well, he's in an A pose. I'm not really sure if this is um yeah, increase this muscle right here. He's in the A pose though, so it's not really the same. I don't know if it's that noticeable. But I just want to increase this muscle that attaches to the shoulder a little bit, and then this one, and then we could just smooth it down. We already did it, so we're going to smooth it. I'm looking at it. Hold on a second. Oh, it's my. I see what it is. It's my. I think it's my mouse. My mouse is acting up on my other computer. It's okay though. We don't really super need it. I have to take a look at that though. That mouse was actually on this computer and it kept disconnecting for some reason. I think there's something wrong. It must be like a drive or something. I think you can reset a Corsair mouse, but I switched it over and it wasn't doing that on that computer, but now it is. So I don't know. We got to see. It's another problem for another time. I'm not worried about it right now. It's not like I do anything besides stream on that computer. All right. Again, I think we would. Well, this one looks okay, but this one is a little. I think this muscle only bulges out when your arms are at your sides. That's why it doesn't look right to me right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shave that back down. I may have miscalculated there. But oddly, this one looks all right. This one seems right to me. It's just this one. This one might be a little too bulky. I don't know if that. I don't know if that sticks out like that. Like I said, when your arms are not at your sides. So I'm just gonna smooth it down as much as I can, and we're done with the back. We're not gonna add any more muscles to the back. Just going overboard with the muscles. I do that on every sculpt. Okay, doesn't matter the gender. I always go overboard with the muscles. They're very physically fit characters. The only way to get rid of it is to kind of retopologize it in a way where you start losing details. That's the only way that you kind of that they can that I know will slim them down. You know, besides actually sculpting it, we got to make sure the muscles are right though. Otherwise, we're going to be doing that. Okay, hey, a little too strong, but we can ignore that. We know where the muscles are, so we can change them on the page if we need to. So happens when you focus on muscle groups so much, it's easy to go overboard. The front turned out okay. It's just the back. The back is like, that's what his back is like. Okay, we'll just smooth that down a little bit. Let me just save it. And there's really, honestly, nothing more after that. I mean, we got it. We freaking got it. We got it all. We didn't have to. We didn't even have to mirror the hands. We did, didn't we? We did mirror the hands, didn't we? Yeah. There's no mirror. We didn't have to do that before because we cut the hand off. We didn't cut one hand off and mirror it. What we did was we just. Well, you saw what we did. We just mirrored the fingers and then joined them together. That's all we did. We have it. The feet are good. Hands are good. We can actually probably start retopologizing now. I am this is going to be this ain't going to be we're not going to go as long as we normally go today, but I think I can start the retopology at least. I just don't have the references out, so cuz we're going to be using we didn't use I think we did use edge loops for the first sculpt, but I kind of stopped doing that, but I think edge loops are for animation. I think that's with the I haven't I'm not I don't have a confirmation on that, but I think the edge loops help with the animation. So we're gonna go back to using edge loops. All right. And I need to pull those up real quick. But I think we're good like this. We have a body. All right. We got the proportions as close as we can. We got the details as close as we can, so we can start going on, and we're going to retopologize it. Let me go back and let me start off in object mode after that. And you know what? Let me save it here in object mode. All right. Let's see. Reference. Did I leave that stuff in guides? I have a lot of reference here over the years from 15, no, actually, it's more than that. It's 16 years of references. It's a couple of gigs. It's actually more than that. It's a lot of gigs. And then that's not even counting like tutorials I have. So I can, there's ever a point like if like a, I don't know, internet gets knocked out or something, I can just have everything. I could learn everything just from my computer. I have to, and it's backed up too. So, you know, as long as nothing, no crazy disaster happens, I should be able to continue my studies as long as I have a computer and electricity. um, yeah, okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We need pure ref. I need another pure ref window, and I need to see some edge loops right now. This is not sorted by date, sorted by name. I gotta sort it by date because I just downloaded this stuff not too long ago. I was looking for retopology guys. I didn't watch any videos, but that's going to be the next step is me watching videos because I really have to improve this. This is like the weakest part of my sculpts is retopology. If I were to show you right now the retopologies of my completed sculpts look like, and you know anything about retopology, you're not going to be you're going to see what the problems are. Let's see. You're going to see what the problems. Although I can pose them, they don't deform when I pose them, so that's good. But I don't think I can use them for animation. I haven't tried yet. That's something I still need to test. But I'm gonna have a separate sculpt for that. Okay. What do we got here? What we got going here? We need. I have more than this. Where's the other pictures? Okay, that's good enough. What I'm looking for is a polygon count that I can just use. I can use it and then try to improve upon that. That's what I'm looking for. I don't see. Did I put it in the wrong place? I hope not. People, let me go people faces. How about that? Let's go there. That's probably my biggest folder is my faces folder, so I'm going to have to wait for it to load a little bit. Nope, I did not get that there. Okay. It appears to me that I did not get all the pictures that I wanted for some reason. I don't know what I did with them. I did, wait, hold on. Check my downloads folder. Nope, they're not there. Well, ain't that a B? All right. Guides. Let's go back into the guides. I'm going to look through this folder a little more thoroughly because maybe they're out of order, even though I said sort by date. No, it's just not here. And I remember hitting save, but they're clearly not here. All right, so we got one. All right, we got one thing. We can probably use that as a guide. This is what I'm talking about. Edge loops here. These are edge loops. Now, we were doing this, but then we stopped. That's another edge loop. I did that before. I don't really need a reference for this, but maybe if I can just like do an exact count and try to do it that way and keep it neat, at least up to the neck, and try to use that as a guide, basically, is what I'm trying to do. Now, what we need to do, we need to add a plane. Let's see if we got this committed. I'm pretty sure I do. Okay. Let me see. We need a mesh, a plane. All right. We got that. Now we need to turn this person to the side. Take the arrow. No. 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 The plane is what we need to move. Why are we moving the body? Why is this happening? Oh, I had proportional editing on. Okay. That's this here. And the reason why I had that is because we were doing the eyes. So you don't want to have, you want to, when you're done using proportional editing, learning moment here, turn that off. Don't leave it on because then you'll edit or you'll grab every more than you want to. Okay. That's not good. All right. So we'll hit rotate, and instead of trying to manually do it, we'll just hit 90 degrees. You just type 90 and it'll turn it 90 degrees. The degrees are up there somewhere. You'll see them. All right. Now we got ourselves a plane. Also, make sure it's straight. Yeah, it's straight. It's right on the line. See? And boy, those feet look big in orthographic view, but they're not. See? So don't be confused by orthographic view. Those were some straight up DK feet right there. Don't worry about that though. That's just how orthographic view is. All right. We're going to scale this down. Scale it down more. Now we already have one small problem here. It's the same color. You don't want this the same color. You want to be able to see this. So we're gonna do like we did before and turn it green. Or just any color will work, but we're gonna do green, okay? We're gonna do green so you can see it. Do we want the things this big though? Let's do a little smaller. We now I learned this lesson already. You want to have enough faces so that when you do bake your details onto your low poly, that it doesn't pixelate in certain areas. I had actually had to redo a red topology because of that, and that caused another problem because I didn't flip the normals. That it just kept cascading, and I had to keep going back. That's why I didn't return to streaming as soon as I had hoped because I was having problems with the scope. So I said, you know what? Let me just finish the scope and start a new scope on a new stream. Okay, and that's what I ended up doing. Now my camera wants to follow me, so let's not do that. I really wish you can just not have that come on. Well, not centered. Hold on, not have that turn on automatically, but whatever. That's enough. Fuck. All right. Anyway, okay, about that size, I think we'll do that size. Let's see here. Do we have it? Do we have it committed to memory? Material. We're gonna make a new material. Pretty sure we do. I don't have any notes for red topology. I feel like I did it so much that I don't need notes, but we'll see. We're about to put that to the test right now. Green should be enough. We'll do that green, okay? Now it's green. Now what we need is we need to mirror this because doing it by just doing half of the body and mirroring it will save us so much time. Generate a mirror, please. All right. What happened? Oh, wait. You know what would help if it was actually touching? No problem. We'll do it. We'll fix it. That's not an issue. We need it. We need it on. Yeah, that's where we need it right there. Okay. I'm going to set the origin to 3D cursor. Now we can mirror it. We should have an accurate mirror. There. All right. Give me a second. Oops. We want to be in edit mode to move it. Yeah, like that. But we don't want this to happen. We want it to touch. So, or snap. We want them to snap together like that. But not in the way where it just juts together. So we want, let me see, clipping, uh, merge. We want to make sure that they kind of, I don't remember the exact number to be honest, but yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So we did it. We actually did it right. All right, so far so good. Now, Viz, no, not that, not that. I forget where this is at, but we're going to remember real soon. I'm looking for, nope, that was not what I'm looking for. One moment. Gotta remember where the desired settings are that we need for our next little step here. Let's see, blend. We will do it. This will happen. Output, we don't need output. Metadata, we don't need that metadata. I'm pretty sure it was where we were before. Oh, not that. This. Okay. Relations, collections, not transform. Gotta look to see where we need to be. It looks kind of like this menu, but not really. Is it the viewport display? Here we go. Here, of course, that's what it is. All right, we need in front. Okay, so they're always in front. This is what we need. Now we can see it. All the other details do not matter. And now we need another modifier. I'm going to add another modifier. We're going to go to deform this time. Shrink wrap. The target of the shrink wrap will be body. Now we want this because now these will form around our subject, okay? Why does it look like that? Oh, you know what? No, that didn't work. Yeah, why does it look like that? It's upright, but it should be, and but the desired look is flat on the surface. So we have a slight problem here that I've never encountered before. Hmm. Okay, it could have just been the surface that it was on because now it's displaying somewhat correctly. But we have what we need here. This is what we have. Let's make it about that big. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make all of these as neat and even as possible. Okay. We've failed in that regard in the past. Okay. It got to the point where we just kept, um, we were just filling in the space, and you don't want to kind of get in, you don't want to get into that mode. We're going to try to do it right this time. All right. We want our retopology to be better than the last one. Why does it look like that? I don't get why. Is there a reason why? It looks crooked, and that's really bothering me because I feel like that's going to cause me a problem later. It could just be the surface that it's on. I don't know. We're already off to a weird start because we already have an unforeseen problem here. Is it because it's clipping? No, we need it to clip. It could be that this parameter is too strong here to merge. I don't know. But we do need it like this. I'm going to keep going. All right. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's as long as it follows the form, we're good. All right. Now, I'm just trying to decide on the size here. We need to be on edges. Manipulate this edge a little bit here. It's all need to be nice and even. All right, we're going to start extruding additional. Yeah, see, normally the snapping need to be on. No, it's not it. Normally when you press G, it fixes, but I must be forgetting something. Shrink wrap, mirror. Yeah, I must be forgetting it. I must be forgetting something already, which is not great. We'll fix it. I'm not going to be able to finish all of this on stream, so we'll fix whatever I did that was wrong, we'll fix it. But that is not right. Yeah, this is not right. We should try to fix this now, but I'm not really sure why these are not following. the actual the polygons are stuck on right, but these aren't following. So let me see something. I don't understand why that's happening. I must be forgetting something. No, that's for later. You see, they're already orange. We're gonna need the. That's the step that I forgot last time. When we do this entire thing, we're gonna have to flip this new this new mesh that we're making right here over our old mesh. We're gonna have to flip that. So it's nice that that we have that right there. Yeah, we're gonna have to revisit that part. Not that. Oh, stop it. No, not X-ray. Yeah, there's something that we are something a step that we missed because these should be up against just like the polygons are, but they're not displaying like that, and I'm not sure why. Hmm. Well, it shouldn't be an offset, but that's clearly controlling it. It's this. These are what we have to move, not the actual thing. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. No, we're just gonna leave that on for now. I'm sure whatever it is, it's extremely simple, and as soon as I fix it, it'll be fine. Every time I've done this, I did not run into this issue. I don't know why this is happening now. That is so weird and funny that we always gotta. There's always got to be something, huh? It's okay though. Hey 99, welcome to the stream. I am starting another retopology, but we're having a slight issue here. A very slight issue. Oh, there it is. Okay, we did it. I found the step actually. Never mind. Issue fixed. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Having a great. I hope you're having a great morning. It's a nice rainy day today. Okay, Shadow Hearts tomorrow night. I couldn't do it yesterday. I don't know if I can do it tonight, but I can definitely do it tomorrow. I might try to do it tonight, but I'm not. I no promises. I don't know because I really want to do get through that, but I don't want to keep putting it off. Uh, First and foremost, but other than that, we're doing great. Yeah, definitely. If not tonight, then definitely Thursday night. All right, so we found it. We had to set this to faces, snap into individual elements to face project, and we don't even think we need the magnet. Okay, Thursday night then. It's so nice outside. Yeah, I was out early, super early this morning on the highway. Yeah, it was very. It was like it didn't even feel cold at all. Yeah, so we don't even need to snap them. We found the problem. We found the issue. We're good. If you do tomorrow night, I will be there the full time. Okay, no problem. It'll be and the start time is going to be around 7. Okay, get some shadow hearts. That's what we're going to do. But we found the issue. I know it was one little step, and now I'm so glad that it was easily that we got it early, because if I would have kept going and then went offline and then figured it out, I would have had to do everything that I have done. I would have had to fix every individual face. So we just saved ourselves a lot of time there. Oops, that's not it. We don't want to get rid of that, do we? Now I'm just gonna just make sure that all these are nice and even. And this it's gonna be a short one today. I got about like 35 minutes left because I got somewhere I gotta be. But um yeah, I had to early start for that reason. But here we are. We're making the progress that we need to be making. We have a full body. It's all together. Everything's okay. I'm going to start a super sculpt study at some point this week, maybe later on when I have free time, and that's going to be my animation practice sculpt. I want to put that. I want to start that. I want to. I kind of want to start that. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my plans for the immediate future. Yeah, this is the one area that we need to improve on. So I really don't have much to add here, except that we just cannot be sloppy. I don't want this to be sloppy, because every time if we make one little mistake, in order to fix that mistake, I mean, it's easy to fix it, but the method of fixing it is what starts causing more problems. Now, why can't we see that? It might be because of the surface. That's okay. All right, now our goal here with using references for retopology, so that way we don't make it sloppy, is to copy the exact amount of polygons from the reference, and trying to do that, trying to go from there. So we're going to attempt to do that. Okay, we need that snapping on. That's what the problem is. I won't forget that in the future. That is the full step method right there that we were meant to do, and we're doing it. We're doing it, Peter. Did you see Tony Hawk 3 and 4 trailer? I did not. The one someone was asking about if Darth Maul was going to be in it on in social media. That's the only thing that I've seen. I know that's not going to happen. But that's on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. I know I definitely played that one. And they put what did they put in 4? Django Fett. So I know I didn't play that one. I completely forgot they had Star Wars characters in Tony Hawk. That's crazy. That really dates it. That really dates that game. I can't believe yeah, the 3 was out during that time. No, I think 3 came out after the Phantom Menace, but I think before Attack of the Clones. So I guess that's why they put Darth Maul in. But man, that was back when Activision had Marvel titles, and not Marvel themselves or Capcom. Capcom had it, and then I think it was after Activision, and then yeah, between episode 1 and 2, yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so it was like between it was what 99 2000 and between 99 and 2002 is when 3 came out. But I that's why I was didn't realize it, because during that time I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So I'm not really sure when 3 would came out, because I was still playing 2 when it came out. So yeah, and I didn't own it, and I didn't. And then when I had the ability, when I had my first job and started getting my own games, those were not the games I was buying, because I knew people who had them, so I didn't buy. I typically didn't buy games that someone already had, because I just you know do like a little lend deal, a little trade deal, borrow their game for one of my games that they don't have, so sweeten the deal, play something they haven't played before. Because that was on PS2. My first PS2 game was Eternal Ring. Didn't finish it, but my second PS2 game was Final Fantasy X. So I was playing the heck out of that for a long time. So if it came out, it definitely came. It must have come out during that time when I was playing Final Fantasy X because I didn't really look at anything else until I was done with that. And I had Dark Cloud 2, and uh, Max Payne 2. That was another one. What else did I get? Medal of Honor Frontline and Summoner. I really like that game. I'm gonna play that game on stream one day. Those are the games I was playing at the time, and not. Actually, no. Yeah, someone I knew someone who had Pro Skater 3. So I mean, I didn't really see the point in buying it. I actually don't remember when that was. I'm sure it was 2002. Maybe it was 2001. No, it couldn't have been 2001 because then it was Grand Theft Auto 3, and that was like the big release that year. You know, I don't think there was any release bigger than that. Not even Final Fantasy X, because this was like, Grand Theft Auto's first uh 3D title. Because I think the one was 2D, right? The first two or three were like 2D top down. This was like open world. This is like the first open world. This is the open world game that everyone uh copied after it came out. So I don't think I could be wrong, maybe it did. And then you had the bouncer as well, and then Metal Gear Solid 2. But I think Grand Theft Auto 3 was probably the biggest release. I think Grand Theft Auto 3 was bigger than those two, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to fact check that when I get some free time. uh, I honestly don't know which one was bigger. It was around that time, yeah, yeah. It was there were so many big titles, but I'm pretty sure Grand Theft Auto sold the most out of those. And Pro Skater was not like that big. It was, I think it was still big. Maybe not as big as the first one, but not bigger than the ones that I named. Okay. Okay, Kansas Cities. We got, let's see, one, because I want to count these now. One, two, three, four. Okay, so they have six across here. And I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11 across. So what I can copy it exactly and then just add loops after. That's my plan. So I'm gonna dissolve that edge, this edge. So we got one, two, three. This edge, four, this edge, and this edge. And you know what? This edge too. Or do I delete this one? Well, that was a mistake. Don't delete it. Just delete the whole face. There. So that should give me one, two, three, four, five. Let's bring that back. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, there we go. Did you see any of the Pokemon Day trailers? I'm putting it on my list today. Okay, today. I completely forgot about that. Um, my mind has been on art and the study I want to do, and trying to find time for Shadow Hearts and Monster Hunter Wilds. I'll probably play that over the weekend though. I might do Shadow Hearts and that, but before I jump on Wilds, I might do Shadow Hearts first this time instead of because once I get on Wilds, if I take a break, I'll probably just stop. So if I do play, I want to do a game stream this weekend. I'll probably do Shadow Hearts first and then Wilds. My quest is for a complete living decks and variants and move decks is moving along nicely. Oh, for which game? I don't even think I have a living dex for Let's Go yet, but I do. When I'm still interested in doing it, I just have to muster up the. I have to conjure up the strength to go back to that game. That's all I have to do. Let me see. We got let me see, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's correct. 2, 3. Nope, it's not. We got one more actually. One, two. Actually, no, we don't have one more. So what we need to do is we need to add back a loop right there. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have. Yeah, I still gotta play. Man, I gotta because we know before Let's Go came out, I was already doing a Pokemon playthrough. I had played Fire Red, Leaf Green for the first time, right? So we got back to we revisited Gen 1. We were cool, right? Then I was on Gen 2. Then Let's Go came out. And then I completely stopped that playing. But I was gonna play through the entire series that I had. And I never finished that. I might you know what I should do? I should do that on stream, but then I have to I know you already gave me the supplies, but then I gotta figure out I gotta hook up the switch for the other ones that I got. So but I want to do Ruby Sapphire and then Diamond and Pearl and I want to do Gen 2. So I want to start it. Well, I might just start over again. Just do Gen 1, Gen 2 all the way up. I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I should do that. There are two legendary that I can't get without spending $40 on DLC because I can't find anyone online willing to give them to me without giving up my own legends. Well, wait, for which game? I don't recommend that. Oh, playing all through the gens. I'm not gonna do any shining hunting if I do it, okay? Because it's what's bogging me down for Sword and Shield. No shining hunting. If I get a shiny, cool, but I probably won't. I want to do the Switch versions. You can transfer from the old ones. Okay, all right. Well, I hope they add Gen 2 to the Switch because I'm really waiting for that. That's my favorite Gen, and it's only because they Gen 2 included Gen 1, so I guess I'm technically a Gen 1er. I don't know. But I was really into that, and then once I left Let's Go, I was like, it started getting a little shaky and rocky. I don't know, maybe other stuff started coming out. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm like I didn't lose interest. It's just other things just came out, and I played that instead. But I'm very interested in getting back into Pokemon. I just haven't. It's something that I have to really put the effort in. That's all. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna move this a little bit. Missing two legends from Scarlet. Specific second DLC. Okay, Scarlet and Violet. Gotcha. Yeah, I still want to get that. I held off because I heard about the glitches and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? Let's just wait. Let's let them fix it first. And I was still playing Sword and Shield at the time. That was a really slow burn there. And there have been other releases. I know Resident Evil 4 was one such release. Actually, no, this is I need to keep that line like this. No, specifically Scarlet, they both have their own DLC that's separate. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I named Scarlet and Violet together because they're technically the same gen, right? That's the only reason why I did that. I know you're only playing just one. I asked what gen, and then you said Scarlet, so I said okay, so Scarlet and Violet. That was my reasoning for saying that. It wasn't just I think I explained it enough. Anyway, yeah, same gen, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, okay, we're not gonna go down. We're just gonna go down. We're gonna make them a little bit of a domino mask here. Okay. But now that we have an idea of where to put the lines, because we're using reference for this, I think before I made my own reference, but my retopology sucks. So, I mean, I'm just going to keep making sucky retopology if I use my own reference. So now I'm using a whole other reference from someone who knows retopology, and we're using that instead, trying to improve our retopology that way. I have the Violet DLC only. Yes, I was going to get Scarlet. They don't share the same legendaries, do they? So I'm assuming you're trying to trade for Scarlet. So if I get the game, I can help you out with that. I don't mind. I'll give you um I'll give up a legendary and just start over. You know, we've done that before. They don't. Okay, but you need a living dex, right? So you need the Scarlet legendaries, and I need the Violet legendaries. So I'm gonna need basically, yeah. We're gonna be in the same boat anyway. We're gonna be in the same boat anyway if we do it that way, and we both can't start over. So that's kind of a conundrum. That would be amazing. I have extra mythics. I can trade for my extras. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. We got okay, one, two. Okay, so it's four. So we're looking at four. I hope we can get this done right here because we're gonna be working a little slower, but at least we're gonna try to do them right this time. I can start over. I can start over after I get those two because of the storage, right? Because you got the what was it, the home pop bank, whatever the heck. I don't remember. Yeah, I'll do it because I'm gonna need them too. I don't have the bank though. I don't have Pokemon Home, but I'll get it for that reason. As long if I can stop paying for it and they'll keep my data, I'll do it. Because after I stop playing Pokemon, I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna pay for the Pokemon Home. I've taken great efforts to watch my subscriptions. The only subscription besides the Twitch subscriptions are Final Fantasy 11 and my VPN and yeah, that's it really. It's the only subscriptions I have. I'm trying to keep my subscription count low. Oh yeah, Nintendo per year, the yearly online, the $20 one. Those are the only ones. And 365. It's already getting bloated. I need that to write though, so I don't like writing on notepad anymore. Home is $7 a year. Okay, that's no problem then. No problem at all. Let's see. And we got there. That's part of six. One, two, three. Okay, I'm gonna try to complete the domino mask, and then I may have to call it because I gotta leave soon. Two. Okay. One, two, three. All right. The domino mask, and then the next time you see this, which will be next week, our next art stream will be on Monday. I should have this further along because since you've already seen this portion, I'm not going to wait to stream it. I want to get the second half of the workflow on a VOD or two, and then hopefully, because we're already, I feel like we're improving. We got to this point pretty quickly this time, so we're getting to the point where pretty soon we're going to be able to do the entire workflow on a stream one day, time permitting. In my opinion, home is the only way to do a living dex or a move dex because it tracks them and organizes between all games. I'm also going to get every ribbon on my Blissey. Ribbon. I don't remember what that was all about. The held item, right? One, two, three, four. You can hold more than one item. Two, four. Okay, so we got it. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so it'll be the same as the top, of course. And then from there, they are achievements. Gotcha. Yeah, I last time I seen a Blissey is when I was playing Gold, so I don't know anything about that. I ain't about that life yet. I got some catching up to do. Lots of catching up to do, just in gaming in general. We are definitely behind, but we're right on time with the art at least. That's okay by me. We'll get to the games eventually. Let's see, one, okay, okay, one, two, three. So I need to line up the lines here. You get one from Pokemon Go for reaching buddy status. You get them for beating every Elite Four in each game. You get them for winning post-game challenges and contests. Gotcha. Are there anything for Let's Go? Or these are just for the the newer ones? Because if so, that'll give me a that'll help me return to it and complete it. I think there are some after Elite Four things that I did not do. I don't think I fought Blue when he took over the Viridian City gym. I thought I did, but maybe not. There's like two things that I didn't do, or one thing. I'm gonna have to go back to it. Yeah, beating Let's Go Elite Four, beating Red, Blue, and Green. Yeah, one of those I didn't do. I think it was Blue. I think I did get Green though. I'll just jump in and steamroll them because my people are ready. My people are ready for it. They're ready for the beat down that they can give out, and they will give it out. And that's only simply because I didn't think to check the gym after I beat the Elite Four. I think after I beat them, I did. I know I got red, but I didn't know. I didn't. One of those gym leaders. I knew about blue too. I think it might have been green, or maybe I ran into green and didn't do blue yet. I don't know. It was one of those things I didn't realize they added that to the game. Because when I did it, I put the game down for a bit and I didn't didn't realize they added that in. What the heck did we do here? Okay, let me move that back. Oh, I messed up. Hang on. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. Oh, damn it. No, I need the other one. There, that one. That's the one I need, I think. Yeah, that's the one I need. X faces. There we go. Now it's fixed. I think there's also one for completing the decks. Yeah, I completed the decks. I just don't have a living dex, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be impossible for me to do it now because I don't have. I don't think I have. Do I have a Meltan and Melmetal? I think I do. I may have had. I might have had to trade those back though. I was like, I just want the completion. I don't want to even want to keep them. I have to check though. I don't know. I don't even play Go. I don't play Go, Pokemon Go, so those ones are going to be extremely if I don't have them already, which I don't remember if I do or not, then I don't know. I'm not going to have a good time trying to find those. And I'm not going to fire up Go just for those two. So I'm going to have to find someone who's willing to give me a Meltan and a Melmetal for something. And since it's 2025, that's been out for what 6 years now. I don't know if that's going to be a likely outcome for me. Got ourselves a Domino Mask. It looks pretty even. I think we matched it up pretty well, but we're going to fill that in. I have two Meltan you can have. You'll have to evolve one though. Okay, no problem. That's what I need. But I'm pretty sure because it may have been like they were like, yeah, you can just keep those. But I'm not. I don't remember. I don't remember if I did some of those. Some of those I don't. I know I don't have living dexes for living. For I think I may have traded some back to some people because I was just like I just want to complete the dex. The concept of a living dex did not occur to me back in the day. I didn't have a living dex on red. Um, our little circle usually if there was a Pokemon they needed to keep, they would want it back. So I didn't get a living dex. Like I didn't have all three. No, I did get all three legendaries because you can get all the three legendaries in red and blue. But for things like um I don't know, some people traded you their mains, their main Pokemon to and you traded it back. That's pretty much what happened. So I didn't have every single one of Blue's exclusive Pokemon for that reason. Even though I could have easily gotten them, but I did have all three of the starters because I think you gave them to me. I think I think we were at the beginning of the game. They're like, here, just take Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. We did that for each other and then just restarted. I was like, yeah, I got all three. Okay, here we go. But for things like Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and this was before they had breeding in the game. Those had to be you had to find someone with a Flareon and then trade it and then trade it back. So I think we did that for Eevee as well, as a matter of fact. Have all three Eevees. I don't remember when that was though. It may have been for Yellow or something. I didn't have all the Pokemon for Yellow. Once I collected them all for Red, I was done collecting. I just got Yellow because it was the new thing. Literally the only reason. I didn't get to complete that Dex because Gold was on the horizon and I got that. And I had the chance to get everything for Gold because my brother had Silver. But after a while, I just stopped playing Pokemon. That was the when I kind of quit. I was like, all right, well, I got a PlayStation 2 now. I'm trying to get a computer. And I kind of just left Pokemon behind for many years until 2019. Oh, I got you an Eevee. They're so abundant, I almost have a normal and a shiny of each. Oh, nice. I don't think I've ever had a shiny of Eevee. If they had a dragon Eevee, I would have got one, but they don't. They don't have a dragon. They have a fairy, but not a dragon. They got a dark, not a dragon. They got a psychic, but not a dragon. I wonder why they don't have a dragon Eevee. Okay, this is the start of our retopology. So far, they are even, up and down, even number, even number. We need that for the entire body. I'm going to add more though. Once we have it all set up and ready to go. Word on the street is next game will have a dragon Eevee with a mega. Oh, cool. Well, I'm going to continue my because this is like my current, my return to Pokemon. I've just been doing all dragons, so that'll fit with my new theme. I used to just have like type coverage across many different Pokemon, but now we're going just all dragon just for funsies, and that's what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep doing that, but I've just been doing it. I think I started that with Fire Red. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't with Fire. It might have been with Let's Go. I think I started it before that though. I'm not sure because you get a wider selection of Dragon after Gen 1. So yeah, and they added some. They added some in Let's Go with Alolan Executor is actually a Grass Dragon, which was surprising. I just do not like the design of it. It has such a long neck, it just makes you just want to break it. Just a big tree with a body on the bottom. It's like worse than a Brontosaurus or what's the bigger one, the Diplodocus. It's worse than that, and it's straight up, and it's three of them. So he looks really dumb, but he's a dragon, so I got him. But I'm gonna have to call it here because I gotta leave in like 10 minutes. Okay. I want to thank you I want to thank everyone who stopped by today. I want to thank you for watching the VOD or on YouTube. Um, I'm going to try to return tomorrow with a game stream. It'll be in the evening, sometime after 7 p.m. Eastern time. Will be when I'm completely free. Schedule allowing. Hopefully nothing comes up, but that's my target time. My next art stream will be Monday morning again, if schedule allows. And we're gonna try to do some game streams this weekend. We'll plan around. I'll plan around it. It'll most likely be in the morning, and I'll probably go a little bit longer if nothing comes up and I have to leave for anything. But that's gonna be the plan, tentative plan. Okay, but otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. Okay, so thank you. Have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you, I should be able to see you tomorrow night though. But